I found out a dark secret about my husband's past, and now I don't know what to do. I never thought I'd be writing something like this, but here I am, feeling like my world has been turned upside down. My husband and I have been married for 3 years, and until recently, I thought we had a pretty solid relationship. He was my rock, my best friend, and the person I thought I knew better than anyone else. But now, I'm questioning everything. When we first got together, he told me that his previous marriage ended because his ex-wife was crazy. He said she was unstable, constantly making up stories, and that she just wasn't right in the head. I believed him. I mean, why wouldn't I? He seemed like such a decent guy, and the way he talked about it, it all seemed plausible. I didn't pry too much into it, thinking it was just a chapter in his life that was best left closed. But a few days ago, I stumbled across something that has completely shattered the image I had of him. I'm still in shock, and I honestly don't know what to do. I found out that the real reason his ex-wife divorced him wasn't because she was crazy. It was because he had slept with his stepdaughter. She was 19 at the time. Let me back up and explain how I found out. My husband, let's call him John, had been acting a bit off lately. He's usually pretty laid back, but for the past few weeks, he's been on edge, snapping at little things and just generally being distant. I chalked it up to stress at work, or maybe something he wasn't telling me. But it was starting to get to me, so I decided to do some digging. One night, he went out with some friends, and I was alone at home. I don't normally do this, but I decided to go through his old stuff, things he'd kept from before we were together, just to see if there was something bothering him that he wasn't talking about. I know it sounds nosy, but I was worried. That's when I found it. Tucked away in a box at the back of our closet was a folder full of papers from his first marriage. I started going through them, and most of it was just boring legal stuff. Divorce papers, old bills, that kind of thing. But then I found a letter. It was from his ex-wife, written just before their divorce was finalized. In the letter, she laid out everything. She wasn't crazy, like John had said. She was devastated and betrayed. She wrote about how she had caught him in bed with her daughter, his stepdaughter, who was 19 at the time. She detailed how it wasn't just a one-time thing, either. It had been going on for months, behind her back, and when she found out, it destroyed her. She wrote about how she had tried to keep it together for the sake of their family, but she couldn't do it. She couldn't live with a man who had betrayed her in such a horrible way. She talked about how her daughter was manipulated by him, how she was vulnerable and confused, and how he took advantage of that. Reading that letter, I felt like I was going to be sick. My hands were shaking, and I had to sit down. I couldn't believe what I was reading. The man I thought I knew, the man I married, had done something so disgusting, so unforgivable, and he had lied to me about it. He painted his ex-wife as some kind of villain, when in reality, he was the one who had torn their family apart. I don't know what to do. I haven't confronted him yet, because I'm scared of what he might say. I don't even know how to begin that conversation. How do you ask someone about something like this? How do you even look them in the eye after finding out something so horrific? Part of me wants to pack my bags and leave right now, but another part of me is in shock, frozen, not knowing how to move forward. I keep thinking about all the little things that never added up, all the moments when something felt off and I brushed it aside because I trusted him. But now I'm questioning everything. What else has he lied about? What else don't I know? I feel like I'm living in a nightmare, and I don't know how to wake up from it. I don't know who to talk to, and I'm terrified of what will happen when I finally confront him. What if he denies it? What if he tries to twist it around like he did with his ex-wife? And worst of all, what if he admits it's true? I'm so lost right now. I can't believe this is happening. I thought I knew the man I married, but now I'm not sure if I ever did. I don't know what my next step is, but I know that I can't keep this to myself. I need to figure out how to confront him, how to get the truth, and how to move forward, whatever that looks like. If anyone has been through something like this, or if you have any advice on what to do next, I'd really appreciate it. I feel like my whole life has been turned upside down, and I don't know where to go from here.